Good day, good day, good day. Unibwanji, Uniwino, whatever Tongas say when they're greeting you. I think Lovale say Mulingachili. I think Chinese say Unibwanji. So, consequential damages is what we're doing next. What are consequential damages? So we've already discussed incidental damages. Often these students mix up incidental damages and consequential damages. Make sure you understand the two separately. So consequential damages, these are also known as special damages. These are losses that do not flow directly and immediately from a breach of contract, but occur as a result of the unique circumstances of the non-breaching party. While incidental damages cover up the cleanup costs like storage or transport, consequential damages cover the ripple effects such as lost profits or loss of business opportunities. Here's an example. Let's say I post something about you on Facebook, right? I post something about you on Facebook, and then about your business to say, let's say you're into the business of baking, and I post something to say, she's not even a good baker, she's not tidy, she's unclean. I don't think people should even support her business. Don't go do business with her, she's a bad person. What happens to you immediately? Clients lose faith in you. So now you lose business opportunities. So you sue me now. Of course, there's defamation there, and you want damages such as punitive, you want damages such as consequential damages, because consequential damages, the way I put it, consequential damages means as a result of the defendant's breach, I suffered so and so loss. What loss did I suffer? My reputation was damaged because you posted bad about me. I lost business clients, I lost profits, or etc. It's not all about defamation, it's all about the breach of the defendant, and you suffer a resulting loss as a result of that. So the legal test is the second limb in the case of Hadley versus Baxendale. Let's read the case of Hadley versus Baxendale. Very important case. So the recovery of the damages is governed by the second limb in the Hadley versus Baxendale case. Under this rule, consequential damages are only recoverable if they were in the contemplation of both parties at the time the contract was made. What do I mean by this? When me and you enter into a contract, or when I'm posting something bad about you, I must be able to foresee that if I post something bad about her, or if I do something bad to her, or if my actions are so injurious to her, I should be able to foresee that damage might result, that she might suffer a certain damage. Let's say they ask you, okay, why did you post about so and so's business? Let's say you post about Hungry Lion, to say, okay, no, let's say you post about a restaurant. I've got a restaurant called Eat Some More Restaurant, and you say the food at Eat Some More Restaurant is not nice, those people are bad, I don't recommend them, don't go there. And then I take you, we go to court, and the judge asks you, why did you post that? And did you know that when you post such a thing, so and so will lose business opportunities? Yes. Then what was the purpose of you posting that? No, I just wanted the world to know Who cares? What was your actual motive? There was a malicious motive there, and the court will find out to say you intended to injure her business or his or her, and as a result of that, he or she suffered a consequence. Not incidental damages, there's nothing like expenses here, no? But he and she suffered a consequence. That's why they call it consequential. And the consequence that is a loss, a damage as a result of that, which is, it can be loss of business opportunities, loss of profit, etc. It can happen in any way. It's all about understanding the key term. The consequence of my action will result in damage to the plaintiff. Read the case of Hadley versus Baxendale to understand this further. So for a claim to succeed, the claimant must prove that the defendant knew of special circumstances that would lead to the loss, or should have been reasonably foreseen that such a loss was a serious possibility or real danger of a breach occurred. We should also read the case of Victoria Laundry versus Newman Industries. In this case, a boiler was delivered late. Breach of contract there. The court allowed the laundry to recover ordinary lost profits because any reasonable person knows a laundry needs a boiler to work. So read the case and you understand exactly what happened in this case to deal with what? Lost profits, which is a consequence of a breach. Consequence of a breach. However, the court rejected a claim for highly lucrative dying contract. Okay, so I won't talk much about that. All I want is for you to go and read that case. And when you read the case, trust me, you will be able to know, you'll be able to understand the case of Victoria Laundry versus Newman Industries. I recommend. So now, the key takeaways here are that 1. Consequential damages are as a result of a breach, and the breach must be one that causes a damage, that is a resulting damage, which is one suffered, and it must be able to be proved that the defendant was able to foresee such damage, and there was reasonable, or it was proximity between the action of the defendant and the loss occurred or incurred, and the defendant had foreseen such damage. So there you have it, guys. This is consequential damages. Alright, so now we've talked about consequential damages. Now we want to talk about nominal damages. Nominal damages. What are they? These are a damage that are suffered where there's no actual financial loss, but a mere breach of a right. What do we mean? In this, the damage is suffered where you don't suffer actual financial loss or actual loss, but you just suffer a breach of a right. For example, trespass to goods, to land. So let's say if someone trespasses into your land, let's say I kick a ball into your land, and I keep on kicking the ball into your land, you can sue me for nominal damages. These are very small damages that the court awards. They're not really big, they're just trivial in nature. They're very small damages given for the breach of a right. No actual financial loss is suffered, no expenses, no actual major loss is suffered, but just right. Let's say I get your laptop without your permission and I use it to type my assignment. You can sue me for trespass to goods, and you are claiming nominal damages, very small in nature. Small in nature. So there we have it. It's just a brief on what nominal damages are. And then after nominal damages, we have punitive, aka punish. So the word punitive here means punish, to punish, just by the word punishment. So these are damages where you are punished, severely punished for your breach. For example, do you know why? In fact, remember the case? It was a case of Mutale Mwanza. It's not an actual case like recorded, but I know you heard about Mutale Mwanza and Chichi Daisy. For those of you who follow, there was Chichi Daisy, where Mutale Mwanza had insulted and said some meaningful things about Chichi Daisy, and she sued for 1 million. Why do you think in defamation they award a very high amount? It is because they protect reputation. Your reputation is your currency. The human currency is reputation. Because, do you know that it is because of your reputation is why I want to engage with you? Any person want to engage with you today because of your reputation. If you are known as a bad person, who want to be with you? And if someone destroys your reputation, do you think you'll be able to earn a living? No. So that's why the courts punish you. They give high punitive punishing damages, very high big checks of damages to the plaintiff. So they order the defendant to pay the plaintiff. It's not only defamation cases, no, but there are various forms. But the whole purpose that they are there to punish you, because whatever you posted about the plaintiff, it's not easy for her to be put back in the position she was before you posted such a thing, because her reputation has already been destroyed by your post. But as a result of that, to put her back in a position better than she should remain, at least to make her feel better, we have to punish the defendant by making him give the damages, high damages to the plaintiff. Look at defamation cases. There are a number of defamation cases that you can read about. I'll give you examples of some, which is Saddam versus the Post. Look at they gave damages. We are following. I don't understand this. The Post newspaper. Yeah, the Post newspaper. Look at also the case of Cassidy versus Daily Mirror Picture. So also look at the case of Christy Katanga, or let me just say Katanga versus Movie TV. Katanga versus Movie TV. Look at these cases, guys. Look at these cases. Read them up. Here Sata won. Here she also won. Here she also won. And they gave punitive damages to punish. They're meant to punish such defendants. So the whole purpose is to punish. It's not only about punitive, no. It's about the loss suffered is so much that putting the defendant in the original position will not be easy. That's why they give a high level of damages. That is with punitive damages. And in conclusion, The other name for punitive damages are exemplary damages.